Hi friend, it's Amy with Renewing Stitches. How are you? Thank you for coming and stopping by, sharing your precious time with me. I appreciate you being here. If you're new, hi, welcome. I've had a few new subscribers and I'm so glad you have joined this community. If you are returning, thank you friends for returning. I know there are a lot of Flosstubers out there and new every day. It's fun, isn't it? It's fun to welcome new ones on and fun to see the ones that the algorithms are just now showing us. I don't know why. I have a couple of those to share with you, but I just appreciate you being here. Thank you for all that you do, liking, subscribing, and commenting specifically because I love to hear from you. Today is just Tuesday. I mean, it's the normal Tuesday and it's cloudy outside. Here in Northeast Texas, it's about 50 and we'll be close to 70 this weekend. Last week was cold. I shared with you that it was cold. Yeah, and so we're heading up to the 70s or low 70s, upper 60s. It doesn't matter. It's going to be nice. I guess I enjoy the cloudiness too, so that's good reading weather and stitching. Let's see, this last week I got a bit done, just a normal amount. My husband was out of town and I thought I would get more done, but I didn't. I stayed up way too late, and the first couple of nights I did stitch, but the ones after that I didn't. I didn't stitch in the early morning hours. I tried to go to sleep and it didn't work. But I did get some stitching done and I'm going to share that with you. First, I want to share some few people that are new to me. The first two are new to Flosstube. Margaret of Maggie Lou Stitches. Hi, Margaret. Maggie Lou, L-O-U-X. She's new to Flosstube. 2 videos, I believe. 1 or 2. It's a blur, but she's lovely. Go check her out. She has just finished a berry piece. It's beautiful. I've never seen it before. I've seen something like it, like in one of my magazines, but not, sorry, I didn't mean to shake you. Not that specific piece. It's lovely. But her voice is so soothing. She's lovely. Go watch her. Next is also new to Flosstube, Sarah Travis. She's a fellow Texas Flosstuber around the Houston area and has quite a few projects. Watched her first. I saw the goals. Her second video is the goals video, and that was the one that was suggested to me from YouTube, the algorithm thingy, OWL. And so I watched that, and I went back and saw her intro in Whip Parade, and she's got a great variety of projects in the she stitches and reads and Harry Potter and all the cute stitches, and yes. Yes, so hi Sarah, if you're watching. I'm glad you both are on Flosstube. New to me, but not new, I'm sure you all watch her, is Bernadette of Burn Stitches. I have not watched her. Her name sounds familiar, but I can't remember where I've heard it, which Flosstuber I heard it from. But when Al suggested her to me, I watched, and she's got lots of projects. So fun. That was a great stitch too. So hi Bernadette, if you're watching, thank you for sharing your stitching. And then I am in the, I'm sure you know, Whips and Kits. I am in the first part of watching Heidi's Whip Parade. So that's been fun too. So many lovely stitches, and I appreciate you, Heidi, if you're watching, for sharing your stitching with us. So all of these are new to me, whether they're new to Flosstube or just suggested by Al. Go watch them and share with me any new ones that you've seen recently, new to you or new to Flosstube. Thank you. Let's see. All right. I have 2 finishes and 1 new start and 3 whips. And my first finish is So if you remember, if you don't, well, if you're new, you won't remember, but if you remember, my blessing sampler this year, this is the first year I have done a blessing sampler, and I picked one that seemed doable to me, so it's small. And I picked it off of Melissa's blog at Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting blogspot. I'm doing a whole bunch of her ornaments this year for WIPGO. So I picked her Let It Snow sampler as my blessing sampler, which we got snow in January and it's cold, so it works. This is my finish. I haven't fully finished it yet, and I haven't ironed it. I'll iron it before I fully finish it. This is just a scrap piece of unnamed tan fabric that I had. It's a 14 count. Yeah, it's a 14 count. And I use DMC. Oh, here. Okay. 121. It's a variegated. I use that. And it was interesting to stitch with the variegated. It's interesting because especially with two strands on a 14 count, it's like a puzzle where to put the stitches so that it looks like it's fading in and out nicely, but not in the same spots. Like, see, this kind of bothers me, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put like the darker blue border, around it as a trim. So that'll make that pop a little more, but I'm happy with it overall. So that's my blessing sampler, and it is finished for January, before January. And then the next finish was the second part of the WIPGO for the Crocette Go-Go 2020 Advent. I finished, where is the tree? I did the tree, that was first. I finished that. And then this time I finished, I'm calling it a finish because I haven't decided yet on the windows, but I did the snow globe. This is on 14 count vintage taupe. They will all be, it's all from, the vintage taupe is from Hobby Lobby. It's the equivalent of vintage country mocha. It's the printed kind. It's got nothing on the back. I mean, it's got nothing printed on the back, but anyway, here's my tree finish. And then this is my finish for now on the snow globe. So last time you saw, I had the berries done and I think some of the trees, and then a start on the house, barn, church, I'm not sure. It doesn't have a cross at the top, so I'm thinking it's a barn or a house. Yes. So the windows and the door is charted 310, and I wasn't sure, so I just left it out. I think it would be too harsh. I may do like a 30 something or other brown. What is that one? 3371. I may do that. I haven't decided. I need to pull my browns out, but I thought, well, there's another one that has, like, the bird houses have windows. The gingerbread, which is coming up, doesn't have black windows, but the bird house has black in the windows. So I guess I can, that's the only other thing right here. I guess I can wait until that one's done and then figure it out, or maybe just make a note on that one to use whatever color I pick out. So that's what I will do, but it's a finish for now. The WIPGO numbers were called this past weekend, and I have not started either one of those. The numbers were 7 and 8, or 8 and 9. I think it's 7 and 8. But I haven't started those on the Pinker and Pumpkin or on the Crocette Go-Go. So, but this was nice. There's a lot of stitching changes, but it was fun to do. All right. I will be starting the new WIPGO calls this next week after I get this next one done. Okay, so those were my finishes. And this is the new start. This is from It's Duck Season, Designs by Gloria and Pat, book number 24 from 1983. Well, patterns are from 82 and 83. Anyway, it's from this book, leaflet, booklet. That's what it is, booklet. I had originally planned to stitch this Mallard. This is for the artist trading card swap that Laura, Stitching by the Shore, hi friend, that she's putting on. And the prompt or the theme is where you live. And she challenged us to do something in the States, if we lived in the States, do something a little more closer to home, not just the U.S., and maybe not even the state. So Texas would have been easy. Bluebonnets or armadillos. You know, who doesn't want an armadillo trading card? Which would have been fun. But I don't think I have an armadillo. Oh, I may. I don't think it's small, though. Anyway, Texas would have been a big star or boots or a hat, you know, something like that. But specific to me, where I live, the neighborhood I live in, all of the streets are named for ducks. And so I wanted to pick a duck. So I was going to do this one, but then I decided not to, because it's on a little small piece of scrap fabric that I dyed. I'll show you that, a 22 count. And I thought, well, if I did this 1/1 on 22, it's going to be wee tiny. And if I did it, 1/1. If I did it 2/2, it would be 11 count. 11. It would be 11 count and might be too big for the card. So I picked a different duck. I'm doing it 1/1 on the 22 count. I won't bend it. But it's that one right there. It is about, I think it's about 30 stitches tall, 34 stitches tall, and let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 stitches wide. So, oh well, that's not going to work. So, my thought is to do this, and on a 1/1, it will be plenty big. So, that's where I am. Now, I am on the wee bottom. I started this last night, and it just got really tiny. So, my goal is to work on this until it's done and get it sent to Laura. Get it sent to her, you, Laura, get it sent, and then work on other things. But that's what I'm doing. And there's not a whole lot of colors. I mean, there's enough color changes to make it look like a duck, but it's not popcorny, confetti. So this is my wee start, but it's the bottom row right here. So this is the tail. The bill will be here. So you can see it'll fit on the trading card nicely. So that's my start. It's on it's the same color. What did I do on here? Oh, the rabbits. You remember early last year when I did Peter Rabbit, the Lindy Stitches Peter's Day Out. I did that on this fabric, and this was a scrap from that. So I am going to finish it on a card, obviously. I don't know that I'll do anything other than have the duck there. I haven't decided that yet. As soon as I get it done, I'll figure that out. But it'll be gone before we meet again. So I will post a picture of the finished stitch on my Instagram. My Instagram is Renewing Stitches. There's no underscore, no dots, no nothing. It's just Renewing Stitches. If you find, or when you find me, if you desire to find me, you can request to follow me, and I'll okay it, no problem, and probably follow you back. But I will post that there. My goal this year, one of my goals this year, is to be more consistent in posting on Instagram. I'm a lurker, and a follower, but I don't post a lot, and that's one of my goals, is to maybe try to continue to post once a week or thereabouts. And that is my new start. But since we're talking about Instagram, I did post, and I did not take it out of the bag. Let me see. I did post my I pulled out my Heidi. The one I'm working on is the Quick Stitch, A Stitch in Time. This is just a portion of, there we go, a portion of the stitching shelf. And the one I picked was the winter one, and it's black and white. It'll be black and white just because that's the way I print. But if you go to the Heaven and Earth Designs website, you will find this one. It's by Aimee Stewart. The artwork is Aimee Stewart. I love her stuff. I love this whole shelf, but I don't know that I would ever finish the whole shelf. This seems, I may finish, and I got another one. It's a spring one, I think. But I picked two when they had a sale at least a year ago. But this is blues and pinks, and she's stitching, and there's that beautiful fan in the moonlight. I am up here. I am up here, right here. So I pulled it out, posted my, before I started, portion. I put, I don't know, 400 or 500 stitches in this, and it's better. It's not as, I don't know, there's not as much showing behind. It's starting to fill in, but it was a lot. It was a lot of stitching, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, so I put that out there so y'all could keep me accountable. I want to stitch on this. I have 2 full coverages that are works in progress. This is supposed to be the fall winter stitch, which I did not stitch on at all fall. And here we are, almost, I mean, I've got a month, maybe 2 months until spring. The spring one is and the spring summer is a Laszlo Code piece that I'll show then, but I want to be consistent on stitching this one. So this is a 28 count. Yes, 28 count even weave, and I believe the other one is too. And I'm stitching 1 over 1. I thought, no, 2 over 1, just because I want it plumpy. Half stitch, 2 over 1 half stitch. So it's filled in. It's filling in. It looks really good there. In person, you know, and with the full coverage, when you're stitching it, it just looks like greens, shades of greens and black. But when you look at it here, it does look like ivy. So I worked here and down here. So that's where I am. I will keep this out and keep working. And I'll post my progress with the finished duck piece, Mallard piece. So it's going to be lovely. This is the window. I really wanted to work on the window, but I thought, no, I want to get that green done and come down and work on this green into the start of the book. It's right in here. And then I'll start on the window and then go to the next page and maybe just complete the window and then go over. But anyway, this is page 1. Page 1. I do mark it with pencil because right now, I mean, this stitch is going to be darker anyway, so the pencil marks won't show up at all, so I'm not worried about it. I do have 1 or 2 confetti stitches that aren't in there yet, but that'll come whenever I find the color that goes with it. I like to stitch sort of typewriter-y, like Sarah, Stitch-A-Mommy. I don't know if you've seen her video on the typewriter method that she uses, but I kind of, hi Sarah if you're watching, but I kind of use that method. I just pick a symbol somewhere up close to the top and then run it down. Now, if I don't want to do confetti, then I'll do like a chunk. So this was a chunk and that was a chunk. So I got the chunks in and then went back and did the confetti on that. So anyway, that is my progress on the stitch. It's called Stitch in Time by Moonlight, the quick stitch, but it's from the stitching shelf. So did that. Also, speaking of Sarah stitching mommy, can I tell you how much I love this piece? Thank you, Sarah, for doing this. This is so fun, so fun. Last week I showed you all of my temperature pieces because I started this one. So this will be an ongoing, you know, the WIPGO will be ongoing also. I may just have a list below in the drop down ongoing projects that'll be seen weekly, like the WIPGOs and then the temperature piece. If I put that next to it, I put the heaven and earth in there, I'll figure it out. Anyway, for sure the temperature piece and the WIPGOs will be weekly updates. Everything else is, I don't know. I'll go on now. All right. I have enjoyed this so much. This is Temperature Stitches by Sarah, the Stitchin' Mommy. This is her temperature piece for this year. So fun. Each month is a specialty stitch, and we are right here in January. I am stitching it on a 28 count white even weave. And this first round this month I'm doing it 2 over 2. Now the specialty stitch is the queen stitch, I believe. Pretty sure. The queen stitch. Yes, queen stitch. And she charted it for 1 strand. But I got to do in the 1 strand and ended up doing 2 because I just like the plumpness. So here we are, 28 count even weave. And this is so fun. Oh, I've enjoyed this. So much fun. Look at those colors. Isn't that fun? And it gets, so last time I had through, I don't know, what did I have through? 14th or 15th. And so I caught up. And when I caught up this time, the first queen stitch was a little out of whack, but I left it. And then they got better because I was thinking, okay, yeah, this is how we did it, or how I did it. And they got better. So I am caught up through Sunday, the 26th. And let's see here. We had, our lowest one was this one. It was 30. And then we went up to, we were at 61, 13, 14, 15, on the 16th. Which I don't know which day that is. But somewhere, let's see here. Where's right here, I believe. That light green was in the 60s. The temperature range that I'm using is from Temperature Typography, also from Sarah's, and I really like that coloring, and so I just kept it through my stitches, my temperature stitches. Now several of them are the ranges changed, like the butterflies changed, the ranges changed just to be more butterfly-y, and then the turtles, that's a different colorway, I guess. But I kept, and I have the turtles. I haven't stitched them yet. I may go back and do last year's as turtles using this colorway, the Temperature Typography colorway. That's the one I use, and it's the varied temperatures. I use AccuWeather for the previous day's high temperature, and that's what I use for these. And so we are in the coolish, not really warm yet. You'll see starting in April probably, where it'll turn to orange and yellow pretty fast, and then red and orange, dark orange in July and August and September. But right now, I love these colors. Love them, love them. So fun. I have enjoyed this. Oh, the herringbone stitch is 08. That's the one I'm using, and I had that on my needle. That's the word. I had it on my needle and finished it off. I do have it again. I have been leaving my needle when I get done with a project, and if I'm done with the color, and so I just have the needle hanging out, I put the next color on it or something on it so that if it falls, I will be able to see it pretty clearly rather than trying to hunt it down. That doesn't always happen, but I'm trying to make that a habit. So I finished the color here, and then I put the 08 on my needle. That's what's behind there. And so I'll do some more background before I finish up the month. So whenever you see me next week, when I see you next week, I will have January complete and start of February. That's so fun. And fast. Once you get the hang of it, and now I've got the hang of the queen stitch. So that's fun. Fun. Have I said it's fun before? It's fun. And then the last thing I picked up is, I've been wanting to stitch on this for a while, and I started Hannah Green, and it reminds me of this one. So I tried Hannah this last week, and I did get some done. I didn't pull it. I want to get to that blue flower. I didn't bring it to show you because all I'm doing is just the border to get over to the blue flower. So I will show you that next week. But I pulled this out because it reminds me of Hannah, just in the elegance, daintiness. I don't know what the word is. It's lovely, elegant, I guess. This is from Just Cross Stitch of May, June of 87. Yes. And it's called Now Abide. It's from Carla Michaels. It was the contest winner in the magazine, and that's what it looks like. I'm stitching it on, I didn't keep my page out. I usually have a post-it on the back with what I'm stitching, what I'm stitching it on, but I don't think I kept it out. Okay, well, it's a Be Stitch Me, so it's a 28 count. I don't have my, did I keep it here? No, Abide. No, I didn't write it down there. I want to say it's Not Another Sampler from Be Stitch Me. It's a pinky beige, pinky mauve, I don't know, 28 count, 2/2, and this is it. So last you saw, I had almost all the alphabet done, and I had this done, and I think I had this done. So I finished the alphabet. I have one more. There's it looks like a little O right here, but I need to put that in. So I did the and. I started the row back. I need to finish that. Got this flower in, and I just love it. Oh, I love it. Let's see here. There we go. That's the color. That's better. That's better. Pinky. Oh, it's pretty. But that's it's just, and I think I put it on Instagram before. This is comfortable stitching. Comfy, comfort stitching, I guess. But I love the blues and the pinks and the yellows. I just love this. Love it, love it. So I'll start back across and get that little thing in. It's an O, but it's not an O because the O's are over there. And I thought maybe I would, since I'll have this over, I can count down and start this little motif here. So it's called Now Abide. And I think it's lovely. I did a flip through of that magazine a while back. Last year sometime. I'll find it and put it in the drop down so you can see that. Okay, so plans. Here we are. We're back to 30 minutes. That's about right. Plans for the year. Oh, I didn't tell you. Okay, so I finished the I Spy challenge. The prompts were stitch something blue, and that was the Let It Snow sampler, the blessing sampler. My blessing sampler. The sampler is called Let It Snow, but that's the one I finished. And then the only other one that I needed to do, the prompt was animal with a coat. And I counted the duck because the ducks have built-in coats underneath their feathers, that down fluff that's right next to their bodies. So I'm going to use that as my animal with a coat. So I finished the January I Spy, which is fun. I did not finish December. And that's okay. I'm not kicking myself, but I'm happy to be done with January. I'm glad to be done. I'm looking forward to the February prompts. Okay. Plans for this next week. Finish and mail my duck to Laura. And then start the WIPGO. And those are, it's 7 and 8. I did write it down over here. WIPGO for the Pinker and Pumpkin. So just as a review, I'm doing one WIPGO, but 2 sets of ornaments. One is the Crocette Go-Go with Aimee M Makes. Hi, Aimee. We're working on that one. And the other set is Karen. I'm doing with Karen. Hi, Karen. But she's doing 25 ornaments, not the Pinker and Pumpkin. She may do them. I'm not sure. But I'm doing the Pinker and Pumpkin quilting blogspot Christmas smalls and making them into ornaments. She's doing lovely ornaments. She does ornaments anyway. Go see her. Hi, friend. I'll link her below too. But so I'm doing 2 sets of ornaments for WIPGO. Same board, just 2 sets. The next 7 was special delivery, and 8 is the gingerbread house. And I pulled both of them. But as a black and white chart, it just looks like symbols. So, I mean, it's just a gingerbread. And the special delivery has, it's a wagon, and it has a chicken and a pig and a tree and a gift on it. Just go see her blog spot and look for that one in her list of all that she has tagged Christmas freebies or anything freebie. There's so much there. It is such a blessing to have all those free projects. So I pulled 25 smalls from the Christmas section that aren't houses, except for the gingerbread house. But they're smalls, and my goal is to finish them quarterly. So I have the 2 finished. Did I have those? No, they're over there. Okay. 4 finished every month. 2 are the Pinker and Pumpkin, and 2 are the Crocette Go-Go, until she calls 13, and then you have 3. I realized too that Crocette Go-Go, that bottom one, that long band for 25 is going to take the rest of the year to do. So I probably need to start on that in case she calls 25 in December or November, because that won't work. I will not be getting it done that fast. So that is my plans. I don't have, whatever else calls, but the goal this week is to finish that bird, that duck, and get it sent off. Everything else is just whatever I'm in the mood for. I want to thank y'all for your comments on my fish and chips redesign. It's not a redesign. It's a I don't know what it's called, but I just thank you for your encouragement on that. It's not a debacle. It was a happy accident. Is that what Bob Ross calls it? A happy accident? I appreciate your kind comments and words on that. This weekend I also posted, I didn't bring it down, the For the Love of Cross Stitch March of 1996. I posted that video this weekend, so go and watch that. I'll have the link below. It's got the pansies on the front. Is this it? Yes, this is it. It's got the pansies on the front. So go watch that if you're interested, you're so inclined. I just show you what is available and tell you about the stitches. It's not in depth, it's just here's what's in here. If you're interested, go find it. They're available on the secondary markets, Etsy and eBay. Go check garage sales. I love the old magazines. I always keep my eye out too, so I will let you go with that, and I hope you had a good week this past week, stayed warm. I hope you have a good week this coming week, and I will see you in February already. I will see you there, and I'll see you in the comments, friends.